Welcome to this weekend's trivia quiz. Today's quiz has 10 rounds of 5 questions each. You'll have 10 seconds to answer each question, or pause if you want more time. Coming up: dogs, all black, who's in disguise, elements, Simon Who, Australia, film quotes, abbreviations, 1970s TV, the Beatles. Grab a pen and paper to keep your score, and let's get started. Here we go. Round 1, dogs. Name these 5 breeds of dog. That's a Dalmatian. That's a pug. That's a St. Bernard. That's a greyhound. And finally, that's a Doberman Pinscher. Round 2, all black. 5 trivia questions where all the answers contain the word black. Which black is the title of a 2006 Amy Winehouse album, and a single of the same name? That's Back to Black. Which black is the name given to the day after Thanksgiving in the US, and one of the busiest shopping days of the year? That's Black Friday. Which Black is a dystopian TV series created by Charlie Brooker, which explores the dark side of technology? That's Black Mirror. Which black was the world's first adhesive postage stamp issued for public use? That was the penny black. And finally for this round, which black is a 2010 psychological thriller starring Natalie Portman? That's Black Swan. Round 3, who's in disguise? Identify these 5 incognito celebrities. That's a disguised Hugh Jackman. That's Millie Bobby Brown. That's Max Verstappen. That's an incognito Katy Perry. And finally for this round, that's French President Emmanuel Macron. Round 4. Elements. Identify these elements from the periodic table. Which element has atomic number 8 and symbol O? That's oxygen. Which element has atomic number 26 and symbol Fe? That's iron. Which element has atomic number 16 and symbol S? That's sulfur. Which element has atomic number 36 and symbol Kr? That's krypton. And finally, which element has atomic number 94 and symbol Pu? That's plutonium. Round 5. Simon Who. Name these well-known people called Simon. Which Simon played the title role in the 2004 zombie comedy, Shaun of the Dead? That's Simon Pegg. Which Simon created the TV talent show The X Factor? That's Simon Cowell. Which Simon played psychic Patrick Jane in The Mentalist? That was Simon Baker. Which Simon is the lead singer of Duran Duran? That's Simon Le Bon. And finally, which Simon is a British actor who played Gareth in 4 Weddings and a Funeral? That's Simon Callow. Round 6. Australia. 5 general knowledge questions about the land down under. Which iconic Australian food is made from brewer's yeast extract? That's Vegemite. The Great Barrier Reef lies off the coast of which Australian state? That's Queensland. The kangaroo and which other animal appear on the Australian coat of arms? That's the emu. Which Australian state is a separate island, located off the mainland across the Bass Strait? That's Tasmania. And finally for this round, who became Prime Minister of Australia in May 2022? That's Anthony Albanese. Round 7. Film quotes. Name these films from their famous quotes. Nobody puts baby in a corner. That's from Dirty Dancing. After all, tomorrow is another day. That's from Gone with the Wind. I see dead people. That's the chilling famous line from The Sixth Sense. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. That's from The Godfather. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy night. And finally, that's from All About Eve. Round 8. Abbreviations. What do these 5 familiar abbreviations stand for? Often seen in online forums and websites, what does the abbreviation FAQ stand for? That's frequently asked questions. In banking, what does ATM stand for? That's automated teller machine. In computing and technology, what does IBM stand for? That's International Business Machines. In international politics, what does NATO stand for? That's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And finally for this round, in sport, what does IOC stand for? That's the International Olympic Committee. Round 9. 1970s TV. Name these TV crime shows which all started out in the 70s. That's Kojak. That's Chips. That's the Sweeney. That's Shoestring. And finally, that's Policewoman. Round 10, the Beatles. Rearrange the letters to name 5 famous Beatles songs. That's Yesterday. That's Day Tripper. That's Lady Madonna. That's A Hard Day's Night. And finally for today's quiz, that's Eleanor Rigby. That's it for today's quiz. Thanks for watching. How did you do? Scan the QR code or click the link to subscribe. And here's another quiz to watch right now. Hope to see you next time.